We are starting our quick revision prelims 2024 series. Through this series, we will cover all the important topics for prelims 2024, covering all the subjects. The schedule for first 10 days have been posted in our Telegram channel Karmayogi IS. So now we are starting with Sangam Mera. It is one of the most important uh, topic for the history paper. So what is Sangam Era? So Sangam Era was a very pivotal period in the history of South India. And why it is pivotal? Because there was a lot of cultural development that took place during this era. There was presence of social stratification, which has some similarity with the northern India and some differences as well. This era started from 3rd century BCE and ended in 3rd century Common Era. It witnessed three major dynasties: Cheras, Cholas, and Pandyas, and all the three had contributed in their own manner. Now, let's talk about social stratification. Social stratification in the Sangam era. So, there were three main classification during the Sangam era. One was Vellalar. So, who were Vellalar? Vellalar were landowners who were having lands, large lands, and they were aristocratic class in South India. They also held significant power and influence, serving as the backbone of the agricultural economy of Sangamera. These affluent individuals played a crucial role in the political and social dynamic of that time. The second class is Ujawar. The Ujawar or ordinary pluckmen form the backbone of the agricultural workforce. They were hardworking individuals and they were responsible for tending to the fields and ensuring the region's food production. Their labor and dedication were essential to the economic prosperity of the Sangam era. The third and the last class is Adimai, or known as Kadashiyar. So they were at the lower end of the social hierarchy. They comprised slaves as well as landless laborers. These individuals faced significant challenges and hardships, often serving as the foundation upon which the Sangamera societies were built. Now let's compare the social structure of North as well as South India of that time. Now in South India, the social structure during the Sangam age was characterized by Vellalar, Ujawar and Adimai, or also known as Kadashiyar. This stratification reflected the agricultural based economy and the power dynamics within the region. In North India, in contrast, the social structure during the same period was marked by different roles and designations. Like the Bhojkas served as the village headmen and they were the largest landowner. The Grihapati were small landowners and the Dasha Karmakar were the landless laborers. So the roles are pretty similar. The naming is different. Common threads are what? What is the commonality between North and South Indian social structure? Despite the regional differences which were present in both the region, the theme of hierarchical social structure with the landowning class holding the greatest power and influence, this pattern was similar in both the region. Now let's talk about the Chera dynasty. So Chera dynasty was one of the most important kingdom in the Sangam era. Their capital was in Vanji. So the Vanji was a bustling center of commerce and culture during the Sangam age. The city was very vibrant, served as the seat of power for the Chera kings. Mujiris were their most important port, which was very thriving, which was very important for commercial trade with different regions of India as well as across the world. This center facilitated the exchange of goods between the Chera kingdom as well as the Roman Empire. The most important king of Chera dynasty was Senguttuvan. He was the greatest ruler of Sangamera. Senguttuvan was also known as the Red Chera or Good Chera. He was one of the most renowned Chera rulers. He is credited with the creation of Temple of Kanagi, a pivotal figure in the epic Silapadikaram, solidifying the Chera's dynasty's legacy in Tamil literature and culture. Now let's talk about the Chola dynasty. Chola dynasty was also one of the most important kingdom during the Sangam era. The capital was in Kaveri Patnam, which was also known as Puhar. So it was a thriving metropolis during the Sangam age, and it was a coastal city. It was hub of commercial and cultural activities, serving as a testament to the Chola's power and influence in the region. The second most important city is Urayur. It was a political center. Urayur was a city situated near the Chola capital and was the chief political center of the dynasty. It was renowned for its thriving cotton trade, which played a crucial role in the region's economic prosperity during the Sangam age. The most important or the most powerful ruler of that time was Karaikal Chola. He was the greatest ruler. So Karaikal Chola was renowned and was responsible for the founding of Puhar port. His leadership as well as vision contributed significantly to the Chola dynasty economic and social might. Now we will talk about the Pandya dynasty. So the capital of Pandyan dynasty was in Madurai, and Madurai was a hub of intellectual and cultural activity during the Sangam age. The city was known for its patronage of the Sangam assemblies, where renowned Tamil poets and scholars gathered to cultivate the region's literary tradition. The second most important city was Korakai port. It was famous for pearl trade during the Sangam era. This lucrative industry contributed significantly to the Pandya's dynasty's economic prosperity and international renown. And there is a important mention of ruler Medun Chelaya. He was known as the cursed ruler. Why he was known as the cursed ruler? Because he is remembered for the curse of Kanagi, a pivotal character in the Silapadi Karam. Now let's talk about the vibrant literary landscape of the Sangam age. There were three Sangam assemblies that took place. The first Sangam assembly took place is known as a mythological gathering of Tamil poets and scholars, and it was chaired by the revered sage Agastya Mahamuni in Madurai. This legendary assembly laid the foundation for the region's rich literary traditions, paving the way for the subsequent Sangam assemblies. The second Sangam assembly have held in Kapatpuram, focused on the codification of Tamil grammar, resulting in the seminal work of Tolakapiyam. This landmark text, chaired by the scholar Tolkapier, became a cornerstone of Tamil linguistic and literary studies. And the third Sangam assembly was most significant, presided over by the esteemed poet Nakkirar in Madurai, produced a vast corpus of literature. This assembly encompassed both Mela Kanakus, that were narrative works, and Kila Kanakus, that were didactic works. There were two different kinds of work. So dramatic work also flourished during the third Sangam assembly. In this Sangam assembly, the famous and one of the most important Sangam literature, Tirukural, was founded, which was written by Tiruvalluvar. The most of the books and findings of the first Sangam era could not survive. Now, epics of the Sangam age. The first and most important epic of the Sangam age is Silapadikaram. So, Silapadikaram is authored by Ilango Adigal, and it is a seminal work of the Sangam age. It captivates and explores the interplay of Vaishnavism, Saivism, and Jainism, while also delving into the Patani cult, a unique religious practice in the region. The second most important epic during Sangam age is Mani Megalai. So, Mani Megalai was composed by Sattalai Sattanar. It tells the story of a dancer who becomes a Buddhist nun. This epic work dwells into the spiritual and philosophical dimension of the Sangam era society. It highlights the diverse religious and cultural influences that shaped the region. And the last and one of the important is Shivaga Sindamani. Shivaga Sindamani was written by Tirutto Kadavar. Okay, follows the journey of a heroic figure named Shivaka, who eventually becomes a Jain monk. These epic works reflect the significant presence and influence of Jainism in the Sangam era Tamil society. Now, what is very important to notice in the Sangam era is that the situation of women was better when we compare it with the northern India. There was also presence of local assemblies during the Sangam era, and there was involvement of common people as well in the decision making. There were certain committees which were formed for taking care of water harvesting, taking care of the trees, forest, etc. So all of these were present.